guys, I'm Jamie.
And I'm Mike.
And this is the Tiki Treehouse. What are we talking about today?
Today we're going to talk about the different types of staterooms on the Disney cruise.
Yep, so in our last video we talked about how we chose the cruise that we're going on, how we chose our itinerary. Yep. So the next step after choosing your itinerary is what stateroom you want to stay in.
Right. And so you're going to have a lot of different options, and it's really important to understand what the differences are. So the first one is the inside stateroom.
Yep, so inside staterooms are just what they sound like. They are on the inside of the ship, meaning that you do not have an outside view of the ocean. You are inside, no windows, okay? So pluses and minuses to that. You know, if you like sleeping in the dark, it is very dark because there is no window, no light whatsoever. If you don't need a lot of space, you know, if you're traveling just a party of two or even a party of one, the inside staterooms are the smallest staterooms, so, and generally the cheapest. So if you're sailing on a budget, or, you know, you're a small party, that might be plenty space for you.
And if you're not planning on spending a lot of time in your stateroom, like if you are planning on always being out of your room, then, and you're only planning on sleeping in the, you know, that's all you're doing?
Right.
Knock yourself out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's perfect for that kind of thing. Just to take into account, you know, it is a smaller room. Then secondly, we have the ocean view staterooms.
Yes, and a lot of people get these confused, and I did too in the beginning, because I hear ocean view and think veranda, but that's a different category, okay? So ocean view rooms are on, you know, the outsides. You have an ocean view, but you do not have a balcony. You have a porthole. Either one large porthole, like the kind that you see people sitting in their Instagram photos, or some of them have two smaller portholes. Both are considered ocean view staterooms. They are larger than inside staterooms, but smaller than verandas because you do not have that balcony space.
And then that leads us into the, you know, the ocean view with veranda. And it will say on the website, ocean view with veranda. And so that does have that balcony area that you can go out. There's a couple different types of verandas though.
Yeah, that's true too. So you'll notice on certain decks or in certain areas of the ship, you can have a navigator veranda, and those are on the back of the ship. So because of the way that the ship is, like the shape of the ship, those verandas are larger. You can have an obstructed view veranda, or a white wall veranda. And those, like for an obstructed veranda, it may be because
the bulkhead's coming down, or there's some sort of a superstructure of the ship.
Right, or the lifeboats are partially obstructing your view. That can be another reason for that classification. The white wall verandas are just that. They have white walls
in front of you.
In front and on the sides versus like the open front. You know, so like if you're sitting in a chair, if you have a white wall veranda, there is a white wall in front of you, as opposed to like the plexiglass, you know, of an unobstructed veranda. So those are the categories within that. And then something else that we didn't mention for the ocean view rooms and the veranda rooms is that they also have a category within them that are family, deluxe family rooms, which are a little bit larger because they sleep 5. So they have a Murphy bed in the wall as that 5th bed. So they're just a little bit longer to accommodate that 5th person.
And then that brings us to the highest, or, you know, the largest, but also the most expensive classification of
concierge. Fancy.
Yeah. So those have a full range of those. So some of them are closer to more of your veranda, your ocean view with with a veranda, to the suites that have multiple rooms, a sitting area, multiple bathrooms, all that.
Right.
But
a wide range there within concierge. Everything from like a regular family suite to multiple rooms. Yeah. And it depends on the ship too, because like the new ship, the Wish, is going to have a tower suite, and it's like a 2-story, something that
it's like something you'd
they've
be
never
at the
had
parks.
before.
It would be like a villa at the parks.
Yeah.
On the ship. One thing I wanted to clarify or mention when we were talking about the different types is they have when you're picking your room, you can do two things. You can pick the exact room, or they have guaranteed rooms.
Yeah. Okay. So, as you're looking at the price of things, you might notice on some of the cruises, and they don't always have them, and sometimes they come and go, and generally you'll see them when Disney is trying to fill up rooms on a cruise. And it's called a guaranteed stateroom. And what that means is that you are not picking your own stateroom, and you generally get a lower price for losing that control, basically. And then with a guaranteed room, you are guaranteed a room in the category you book it in, or better.
Right.
So
they could sprinkle some pixie dust on you and take you from a guaranteed inside, and you could end up in a family-sized, ocean view with veranda. If your fairy godmother comes by, it may be fantastic. So it's the minimum that you're getting, but you don't get to pick that room. So keep in mind, if say you're doing a couple different, if you have multiple rooms in your party, you could be on completely different decks.
Right. Or if you're more particular about where you are on the ship, if you don't get to pick your room, you could end up under the pool deck and hear the pool chairs scratching above your room all the time. So, it's something to consider. If you don't really care where your room is, you're a heavy sleeper, not going to bother you. You don't mind walking if your room is, at the very back of, deck 6 or
far from the elevator
wherever, then, a guaranteed rate could be a great deal for you, and an opportunity to book a stateroom that you wouldn't otherwise book. Those guaranteed rooms often have restrictions, though, so pay attention to that. A lot of times they are non-refundable, so read the fine print. But, if you are flexible, then it's, it could be a good opportunity.
So that's the overview of the room. So you have the inside, the ocean view with veranda, and the concierge.
Right. And we didn't talk about concierge. We haven't been on a cruise yet.
Haven't been on the concierge.
We have stayed concierge at Disney World before. I mean, it was an upgrade. We are not concierge people generally.
Like to be.
It was pixie dust.
And it was so much pixie dust. We'll tell you about that one in a different story.
But generally, concierge has its own lounge on the cruise ships. They have their own sun deck. They will have cocktail hours, a dedicated service team should you need any help.
Anything.
Then you don't have to go to regular guest services. You can just go to the concierge team and they'll take care of you. So there are other perks to a concierge room, but they do tend to be double what the other rooms are. So, whether that is worth it for you, you would have to crunch the numbers. We're just here to tell you what it is. Yeah. So that is something else to consider with your room type. But those are the 4. So, what room did we choose? I don't think we said.
We chose ocean view with veranda, and we did not. It was really important not for me, because I really did not want the obstructed view or even the white wall. I needed to be able to see the ocean. To me, it was, I want to be able to get up in the morning and go sit on my little balcony and see the ocean. And
I didn't care as much. I would have been fine to do an inside stateroom on the Dream class ships. A lot of the inside staterooms have magical portholes, so they don't have a real porthole, but they have a, Disney porthole, and little characters come and visit you, like from Nemo and stuff, in your magical porthole. I thought that was cute, but he really wanted
to see the ocean.
The veranda.
Really want to see.
And it's just the two of us, so, we thought, why not?
Yeah.
So we're doing it.
Mm-hmm. So that's that. If you, if you're watching and you've been on a Disney cruise, you're planning your trip coming up, and you're trying to figure out which one you want, drop us a comment and drop us a line in the comments. Let us know what you think, and what are your things that why do you choose a room? We'd love to hear from you.
Yes, tell us all the things. Until next time, thanks for hanging in the treehouse.
You have a wonderful evening.
Bye.